everybody.
Hi.
There's another new week, so it means there's new 2 games from Epic Games, and this time both of them are the action. So it's all about the action this week.
Shooting everything.
Shooting everything. And one of these is really great looking, and the other one is really old looking. And so we're gonna
Very
look
retro.
into the retro looking first. This game really, when I first started playing it for the first time, I thought like, what's this? Because it looks awful. It plays strange. But when you actually play it for a few more minutes, it's gonna turn into something quite unique, I would say. Let's say the game is called The Nuclear Throne, and
I had never heard of this game before. I did
Yeah.
not know what to expect. Just looking at the cover art, like Michal, I did not have great expectations. I have to be completely honest, I'm very superficial about graphics. I want my computer games to have beautiful graphics. I want to be in nice landscapes. The more modern the game, the better. So when I see a really pixelated game, I know some of you love retro games. That's awesome. I'm usually not one of those people. So I had very low expectations. And then I started playing. And
actually, before you tell more, there's quite a strange thing because the game is made in the game maker studio that is called Game Maker, and this is like for creating games. You can create games like in 5 minutes or something. It's really easy, but there's a lot of limitation. But it's like amazing what they do with it. It's like I would never guess they just use the free tools to create the games. It's really something.
That's also really
You
impressive.
probably didn't know that.
I did not know that, and that makes me even more impressed because it's true. The idea is pretty simple, but it's not a simple pixelated top-down shooter. It's really good. It's really
It's
entertaining.
good because each time you start playing it, it's different. There's a different, the concept is the same, but you get different. Of course, the different layout of the level.
Well, it's procedurally generated,
Right.
so you're playing the same levels over and over, but the map is different each time, and the
Not
placement
only
of
the
enemies.
maps, but the weapons too.
And the types of enemies that you see are thematic, but you're not quite sure what to expect. Did you have the impression that as you were going through the same level over and over, that when you got more experience with one character, the enemies would get more and more difficult?
I didn't.
Okay.
It always started like this, same easy for me. It got even more easier when I get more.
I had the impression that as I was returning to the beginning, the first level, that it was actually getting more and more difficult, because you can start with different characters that you unlock as you go in the game. They
And
each
the
have
different, each one has a different skill. So you've got only shooting and the special skill, and this special skill is always different.
Yep. But there's a lot of variety in the characters. The map is different every single time you play a level.
And it's all about strategy because you can only carry 2 weapons at a time.
It's true.
So you will need to think about which weapon will you take, because each weapon you will take to the next level, it doesn't respawn in the ammunition or anything. So you really need to think about it.
There's an element of strategy because there's lots of weapons that may or may not fit your special skills. And as you level up, you can select what skills you want to use, which then, depending on which options you have, you can create the build of a character.
Because
that
you are
works for
actually playing the mutant, so you get this level up means you got a mutation, and you can choose again procedurally generated by random. There's 6 pieces of the mutation you can choose, so you need to choose carefully too.
Basically, what this means is there's only 4 categories of things that change: which character you choose, which mutations you choose, which weapons you choose, and then the map is different every time. But that's enough variation that the replayability factor is huge. And I would say, along with the strategy element, that they implement very well, because you have to choose what weapon works with your skills. But it's also a lot about reflexes, because I don't know if you've played mini games like this. I have not, because I don't play many retro games. but you move around with the normal keys, right, left, up, down. But to aim, you're using the mouse, which means that you can be moving in any direction while aiming in any direction. And this keeps the action really fresh and really quick. And I mean, I never got bored. I think I could play this for another 20 hours.
I know that you're not used to play like the hard games, but this game is really hard. It's about repetition. You're gonna be repeating the same thing all over again. But
every time you die, you go back to the beginning.
But because it keeps changing, it's always interesting.
It did get frustrating. Let's be honest. I would prefer if when you die, you have to repeat that level, not start from the very beginning of the game. I think that would be hard enough. In fact, it's really punishing because you can be half an hour in and make one serious mistake and you're back to the very beginning of the game, rebuilding your character, regathering your weapons. This was a little bit too much for me, but if I could continue, it made me think about game difficulty, because I think what this game did really well is it introduces the mechanics and the difficulty gradually, and so you feel like you're building up skills and that you can just barely get over the next stage. And then when you restart, you think, okay, I can get through these beginning levels much more easily. I can get a little bit farther, compared to some games that are known for their difficulty that right from the beginning, the game kind of tells you, you will never achieve this. I found the pacing of this game really well done.
I could only agree, and I did really like the different themes, like as you go to different levels, there are like different
the scenery changes
and different enemies, and the enemies you really need to approach different strategy because as I played all the time the same levels, I was like easy for the 3 first levels, and then I got to the hard part where like everything can basically kill you. Even though I built up more HP, I did like one small mistake. I took the weapon that can kill like big time your enemies, but also yourself. So most of the times what happened to me, they didn't kill me, the enemies, but I killed myself.
Were you using the disc gun?
The disc gun is the worst.
Beware of the disc gun.
But I was using the grenade. The grenade.
Other grenades also.
If you don't have the correct mutation, the grenades can
it's a learning process, but there's so many weapons that you have to learn.
And because of the weapons, it's interesting. The weapons, the enemies, and the levels that keep changing.
What was your most successful build of a character?
I started with the crystal.
Yeah.
But I didn't learn so much the skill. But for me, it was the shotgun that was like keep spreading the fire.
And I definitely played the most with the crystal. Also, I got quite good at using the shield when I needed to, especially to defeat the bosses. This was really useful. But then there is, what was it called? One of the characters that you can, when you use the special skill, it makes all of the corpses of dead enemies explode.
But this one has really like low HP.
But you start with only 2 hit points. This wasn't my play style, and I think then the exploding corpses hurt you also. So it was really difficult to master. But again, you can sense that every time you play this game, it's a little bit different, and that it's very fast paced. Like I said, you might go for half an hour. You would probably finish all the levels if you managed to stay alive for half an hour. Usually for me, a game was 5 or 10 minutes, then restarting, which means that you can play for a few minutes.
And that's what Caleb is getting. You can quite see that we are getting quite emotional, which means that I like it. You probably do.
I hate it.
Right?
No, this is awful. No, I mean, again, something we talk about a lot is expectations. I expected to dislike this game, and that might be one of the reasons why I liked it so much. But I find it really intelligent, very entertaining. It's addictive in the best way. Honestly, yes, you should play this game.
I think this is the perfect video like that we are making here. Like this is our opinions, but this is one of these games that look awful. But if somebody will give you advice, try it. And I'm giving you the advice. Try it, and you're gonna see that you will probably like it because it's got a big potential. And you can play just for like 5 minutes or
That's it.
you can play it for an hour. It's totally fun.
And I think this is the type of game, compared to some of the adventure or story games we've played, like, I don't know, recently, Soma, or that those require a few hours to get into.
This is really easy to get into.
Honestly, like, it's free this week from the Epic Games. Like, get it from Epic Games. It installs very quickly. Play it for 5 minutes. If you don't like it, it won't change. You're done. But I'm betting that, like us, in 5 minutes, you'll get kind of addicted and want to go farther. And you really should give it a try.
Don't get scared because you see how it looks.
That's right.
Because the game mechanics is
That's right.
what's matters here.
If we didn't have this channel, and like before that I was just adding every free game, I think
I would never try.
I never would have even tried it.
No.
Yeah. But it's an excellent game. We keep repeating ourselves, but try it. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we're crazy, but we think that you'll love it. And make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you get informed about all the free games that Epic Games releases every week.
Bell button so you can get posted regularly.
And if you click the bell, it means you'll get a notification on time so you don't miss the free games
each week.
And so you won't miss some of the genius games that look awful, like Nuclear Throne.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.